Hi guys, I hope you're doing well, and I'm making this video especially for the AS Economics students who had their paper 2 exam today in the morning. Now I have been receiving a lot of messages regarding the fact that a lot of you did really well, but some of you weren't able to complete the paper. I have received a lot of thank you messages as well, thanking me regarding the final framework videos, the final framework session that we had, yesterday's live session that we had, and also the YouTube live sessions that we had. They all proved to be very helpful. I am really glad and really happy to hear all those feedback and the messages that you guys have been sending me. Now guys, specifically speaking about those people whose paper went a bit average and who were not specifically able to complete the entire paper. So you see, if you were not able to complete the entire paper, which means that you were not able to finish the paper, and when I say that you were not able to finish the paper, what I'm trying to say to you is that you didn't really end up concluding the essay. Now, if you guys had watched my final tips video yesterday, I mentioned about the fact that time management will be a severe challenge, and I'm sure that was in today's paper. But if you were able to complete the paper, even see, last questions usually are when you are attempting the last question, the last essay question, usually you have 10 to 12 minutes of a time challenge. You're running short of 10 to 12 minutes, and that those 10 to 12 minutes are very crucial. So usually what students end up doing is that they squeeze the essay and they write short, and they just somehow pull it off and maybe wrap it off basically. But they do wrap it, even though they're not able to write in detail, but they do end up wrapping it, and they sort of conclude the essay. And that was exactly what was taught in yesterday's final message as well. So those of you who did that, I'm really glad to hear it. I mean, you are on the safe side and you're good to go, considering that whatever you wrote in that last part of the essay, was it a 8 marker or 12 marker, or whether it was a case study, even if it had less points, but those were right points. So even if you're squeezing an essay and somehow making sure that you end up writing and whatever you could, if those points are right, you're still on the safe side. So there's nothing as such to worry about, because considering the rest of the answers were good enough. So you're good, you're in the green zone, you stand a chance, a very good chance for an A, especially if the rest of the answers have been done well. So just because you squeezed up an essay in the last 10 minutes doesn't really isn't really much of a big deal if you were still able to conclude your essay and whatever you wrote was correct. Now, for those people who did not end up doing well in today's essay, I just want to let you guys know that you still have paper 1 ahead of you. And the good thing is that there's a lot of time for paper 1 right now, which means that there's an ample amount of time to make sure that you score around 28, 29, something like that, right? Now, you see, the top students who want to secure that date. Now this MCQ paper, guys, is very important for two types of students. Firstly, the MCQ paper is very important for those students who did well today, or who are expecting an A, or who attempted a decent paper today. And this MCQ paper is very, very important for those students as well who did not do that well today. The paper wasn't up to their expectations. So both kind of students have to ensure that they have practiced ample amount of past papers for the MCQ preparation, right guys? So make sure that you practice the paper 1, you take paper 1 very seriously. Let me tell you very clear. See, if I say something, I'm speaking from experience. I'm speaking from the data and the evidence that I have. Now guys, what we have observed is that students do not pay enough attention to paper 1 because they usually think that MCQs are easy. Believe me, MCQs are not easy. MCQs are very tricky, especially when it comes to AS MCQs. They are very, very tricky, and students end up making silliest mistakes in the exam. We have usually seen when the breakups come, they have an A in paper 2, but they have a low B in paper 1. Now, if you have a A in paper 2, but you have let's say a low B in paper 1, very high chances that you will turn your A to a B. And if you have a high B, let's say that you missed your A from in paper 2 by only, let's say, 2 marks or 3 marks, you can make that up in paper 1. So paper 1 is the game changer. Paper 1 is your make or break. It's either a win-win for you in paper 1. It's either going to make you win the game, or it's either going to make you lose the game. So it's either a win or a game over. So paper 1 is everything for you right now. Just consider it as the main paper right now. You have to do a lot of practice for paper 1. Now I'm going to telling you how you are supposed to practice. Your paper 1 exam, guys, is on the 9th of June. You have, let's say, so you have 2 weeks of May. Today is the 14th of May, so you have approximately 16 days for May, and then you have again 8 days a week for June as well. Now what you need to do is that in these 2 weeks, that is up till the end of May, that is in the next 16 days, you need to break 16 days into 2 parts. Part 1, 8 days, part 2, 8 days. So for the month of May, what you need to do is that you need to do the topical MCQs first. So in the first 8 days, you will finish all the topics for AS micro. In the next 8 days, you will finish all the topics for AS macro. So once you are done with all the topical MCQs, then from the 1st of June all the way up till the 8th of June, you will be solving yearly papers by timing yourself, right? Now, when you're doing the topical MCQs, make sure that you're doing the topical MCQs up till the November 2022 or up till specimen 23. Because when you will be doing the yearly MCQs, I want you to guys to solve yearly papers from the specimen 23 all the way up till March 25. Right, so you have enough papers. You have specimen 23, then you have 3 variants for May, June 23, then November 3 variants, and Feb, March 23. The same cycle repeats for 24 papers. Then you have Feb, March 25. So approximately these will be around 17, 18, I guess, papers. Enough papers for you to practice in a week in June in order to make sure that your yearly papers are on track. See, you will learn a lot of things when you do MCQs, and obviously I will be posting more videos and doing more sessions or YouTube sessions on MCQs as well, but that's for later, for another video, not right now in this video. Right now I'm just telling you the strategy that MCQ exam, paper 1 exam, guys, can change the game for you. Literally, it can change the game for you. You have to understand it is very, very important. It can either make you or break your grade. I'm going to repeat, it can either make your grade or break your grade. You have to understand the relative importance, the importance of paper 1, right? We have seen students who do really well in paper 2, but by the time June comes, they're like, oh, you know what, MCQs are easy because O-level MCQs were easy. O-level MCQs, yes, they are easy, but that's not how AS economics works or A-level economics works, right? And also, by the time you will reach June, you will forget everything. Do keep that in mind. Believe me, in the next 4 or 5 days, you are forgetting everything. How can you expect that you will remember the concepts all the way up till the end of May or June? You learned something yesterday, you forget it today. So how can you expect that? So you have to keep revising, you have to keep practicing, and the only way is that you run through the topical MCQs. While doing the topical MCQs, you can open up your books as well, register as well, so you can just quickly skim through that topic. For example, if you're doing topical MCQs on consumer surplus or producer surplus, skim through that topic. If you're doing on indirect taxes, skim through that topic and then attempt the topical MCQs. So the strategy is that by the end of May, you need to finish your topical MCQs, and then in the first 8 days of June, you need to do yearly MCQs. Now, before I end this video, 2 important things. If you were to ask me that which topical book should we buy, I definitely recommend Read and Write book by Mr. Imran Latif. You can buy that. Our team hasn't really sorted the MCQs as far as topicals are concerned, and even when we do the YouTube MCQs for topicals that I solved, they're all extracted from Imran Latif, Read and Write. So I don't think that I and my team again need to sort the MCQs and extract topical MCQs and sort of because it's already there, and they have done a phenomenal, commendable job in extracting MCQs as far as that topical book is concerned. So I truly recommend that book. You guys can buy them from their website. Read and Write by Sir Imran Latif, topical MCQs, right? It's a good book. And by the way, also I want to tell you guys, and then the yearly MCQs, obviously you can just download from the websites. There are different websites you can download from, and then time yourself and do those papers, right? The second thing is, and like I said, it's since those guys have already done a lot of, they've all, done the job, a phenomenal job. So there's nothing extra or additional value or any marginal value that me and my team will provide as far as the topical MCQs are concerned. But yeah, what I need to tell you is that where I come in, or where we come in, is that we will be doing, just like we have been doing YouTube live sessions for paper 2, we will be doing YouTube live sessions for paper 1 as well. Yes, and we will be doing YouTube live sessions for topical MCQs and for ELD MCQs in June as well. So you guys have to stick with me just like you did for paper 2. You were a great, phenomenal audience as far as the paper 2 was concerned. We will do the same for paper 1. We will do the topical MCQs for paper 1 on YouTube. We'll make sure that we are able to do the maximum topicals for paper 1, and then inshallah in June we'll try to cover the maximum ELD papers as well. So stay tuned, guys. I wish you the best of luck, and just take a day or two days of break is enough. I think after 2 days you should definitely get back on the MCQs, and you'll see me more making videos regarding how should you plan things and go about things. So that is all for this video, guys. Share this video with your friends so that they all know what to do as well. Get those get the topical book that I mentioned, and in the next 2 days start doing that. And the next plan of strategy, or you'll be seeing on my Instagram and YouTube as well. The dates will be announced soon regarding our next YouTube live for the topical MCQ. So see you guys and follow for more content.